Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel. I am here today to fill out my paycheck budget. This is the second paycheck budget in October. The paycheck date is October 8th. And this budget is going to go from October 8th until October 14th. So we are going to do a few things today. We're going to fill in my paycheck budget, get a feel for how I plan to spend my money this week. And then we are going to allocate some money to some sinking funds. Plus, we're going to play some fun savings challenge games. So there's a lot to do. I'm not going to waste a bunch of time with a whole big long spiel. The only thing I'm going to tell you is if you want to twin with me and get copies of your own paycheck budget worksheet that looks like this, I have links down below to my Etsy shop where you can buy the budget worksheets. They are all printables. You can also get access to my budget worksheets, the printables, by joining my channel membership at the Budget Buddy tier or at the Budget Bestie tier. The Budget Buddy tier gets you this paycheck budget worksheet as well as a hybrid budget worksheet. Or if you want all the worksheets, the paycheck budget, the expense tracker, the calendar, the whole 9 yards, the Budget Bestie tier is where it's at. So that's enough of that. Let's get started talking about this paycheck budget. We are going to be budgeting a total of $1,600 this week. And this paycheck budget is going to look very similar to last week. Last week went really well. If you missed my paycheck budget #1 closeout video, we'll have that linked for you. Definitely go and check it out. Last week was really great. Hopefully this week will be no exception. Sorry about that. I don't know where my voice just went. Let's start talking about my fixed expenses, which is my bills. I'm going to set aside $750 from this week's paycheck budget to go towards next month's bills. We are a month ahead on our bills. So that is $750 set aside to take care of all of those pesky bills. Now let's go down here to this variable expenses category and talk about a little bit more fun spending, I guess. So my variable categories here are grocery, eating out, and spending. I have other things that I spend money on, you guys, but they're not included here in this paycheck budget. Some things I just choose to keep private. This $1,600 is not the entirety of my income. This is just what I pull aside to take care of this paycheck budget. So if you see something missing from my budget, it's not necessarily because I don't have that expense. It's just because I choose not to share that on the internet. Okay? So for groceries this week, I'm going to budget $200. That's what I budgeted last week. It worked out really, really well. And I'm lying. It should be $250. This is what I get for not using an erasable pen. $250. I was trying to short myself there. That is for my family of 4. We live in Southeast Michigan. We rely a lot on convenience items. And I've got, 2 grown boys living with me. It's myself, my husband, my 21-year-old son, and my 16-year-old son. So healthy appetites all the way around. $250 for the week. For eating out, I'm going to budget $100 for the week. We are starting up district soccer games this week. So the soccer season's winding down. I'm hoping when soccer season has come to an end, we will eat out even less. But right now, about $100 for the week is what I'm aiming for. And for spending, I'm going to budget $100 as well. Do not need my calculator. These are nice round numbers. We're going to budget a total of $450 for my variable expenses. Okay, moving up here to my sinking funds. This is my short-term savings. So I have several categories of spending that I consider high priority sinking funds. And that money goes directly from my paycheck budget to those funds. The amount that I'm budgeting there is $200. You will see me allocate that $200 today. And then I have lower priority sinking funds. And for those funds, I fund them using savings challenge games. So I am going to allocate $100 to fun and games today for a total of $300 set aside for short-term savings. I am going to put in a little extra line item here. I'm not going to budget anything for it, but at the end of the week, if I happen to have any money left over, I don't spend quite as much as I've budgeted here in my variable categories, I will put some of that extra money towards saving just a little bit more. Moving on to this extra debt section, I am pleased to announce we still do not have any extra debt that we are working on paying off. We paid off our credit cards earlier this year. We do still have other debts. We have a truck payment and a car payment, as well as a camper payment, but we are not currently focusing on paying extra to those things. We are paying just the minimums. Our budgeting priorities right now are around savings, both short-term and long-term savings. So we're not making any extra debt payments. So I'll go ahead and cross that off. And that is that. So down here for totals, we started with $1,600. Fixed expenses, we budgeted $750. Variable expenses, we budgeted $450. Sinking funds, we budgeted $300. Nothing to extra debt. So let's go ahead and pull in my calculator and see how it all works out. So if we take the $1,600, subtract $750, subtract $450, and we subtract $300, that leaves $100 remaining. And I'm going to stick that down here under savings, and I'm going to use that as a little bit of a buffer. So throughout the week, if I go over budget in a category, I have this $100 acting as a little cushion so that I don't overdraw my account. If at the end of the week, I don't have to touch that, that's great. I'll just leave it in the bank. And then at the end of the month, anything that I've accumulated week to week in this buffer, I will transfer to my long-term savings. I like to keep it there for a few weeks just in case I have an unexpected bill come in that I wasn't prepared for, or I have to make an unexpected Sam's Club trip and I go crazy and spend $500 or something. Stranger things have happened. So I just keep the money in the account there, and then at the end of the month, I transfer it. Of course, if there ever becomes a situation where I hit a roadblock in my budget and I need extra money, I can always pull from that long-term savings or my short-term savings or my emergency fund or whatever. But I like to keep this money at hand just for the month, and then I transfer it. So that is my paycheck budget. That is my plan for the month. Now let's go ahead and allocate this cash. Okay, so I went to the bank and I pulled out a total of $300 here. So I'm going to count it up really quick. We have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 200, sorry, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 300. So I have $300 here. 200 of that is going to go directly into my high priority sinking funds. So I have my binder here. I recently, with my channel members, went in and added and set up these beautiful trackers from my friend Savannah over at Sav Saves. I bought these from her Etsy shop. They're so gorgeous, and this just is going to help me keep track of the comings and goings in these funds. So I have my wet erase marker. We're going to go ahead and fill in my trackers and add some cash into each of these funds. These are high priority. I want to be touching these and adding money to them every single week. Okay, so I have my wet erase marker. I just had to spend a solid 10 minutes looking for it because I misplaced it, but I have it now. So we are going to, like I said, update the tracker and add the cash. So Austin's fund today, it is 10/9. I'm filming this a day late here, but better late than never. Austin's fund today is going to get $10. So we're going to add 10. And that should mean that Austin's fund has $30, which it does. So good news there. So a total of 30. Okay, so that is Austin funded. Next up, I have my camping category. And camping is going to get $20 today. So that should bring it up to a total of 183. So we'll add the 20 and we'll count it up, make sure that's accurate. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 80, 81, 82, 83. Perfect. Okay, then we have my car fund, and today I am going to add $15 to this one, which should bring it up to 35 if my math is accurate. So we're going to add a 10 and a 5. So now we have 10, 20, 35. I'm going to exchange these two 10s for a 20 here. We'll kind of condense a little bit as we go. Okay. After that, we have my emergency fund. And you can see that I definitely smeared the ink on this a little bit because I'm too impatient to let it dry completely. So on the 9th, we are going to add $30 to this, which should bring it up to $100. So we will add a 20 and a 10. It now has 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100. I'm going to exchange these two 10s for a 20. It feels so much better. This had nothing in it for so long, or very little anyway, so I'm happy to see it grow. Okay. Next up, I have my home fund, and this fund is going to get $20. Should bring it up to a total of 40. So we will add a 20, 20, 30, 40. Once again, I'll exchange these two 10s for a 20. I don't want these to get too fat because this binder is very full as it is. And if I start sticking a bunch of tiny denominations in there, it's going to get super chunky. Okay, moving on to insurance. Insurance is going to get $10. So that's going to bring it up to $40. So we will add a 10. Oopsie, 20, 30, 40. Let's grab that last 20. Right. Moving on, medical is going to get 50 today. And that should bring it up to a total of 100. And I used up all my big bills, so we're gonna add 10, 20, 30, 40, $50. So we have 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And I'm gonna go into my little stash of cash that needs to go to the bank, and I'm gonna grab a $100 bill. All right, so I have a $100 bill. I'm gonna stick this back in my stack to go to the bank. All right, moving on. Next up, I have pet expenses, and this fund is gonna get $10 today for a total of 30. So we're gonna add 10. And that does indeed make 30. Okay, next up we have subscriptions, and subscriptions is also gonna get 10 for a total of $40. So 20, 30, 40. Okay, and then last but not least, we have travel, vacations here. So this is technically one of my low priority funds most of the time. However, I stuck it here in high priority because we have a trip in November that is booked, and I want to be making sure to add money in here between now and November, so we have some money to spend. So it's going to be high priority till November, and after that I'll shift it back to low priority. So today, 10-9, this one got really smeared. Whoopsie. We're going to add $25. So that should bring it up to a total of 45. So we're going to add 2 10s and a 5 since I used up all my 20s. And that should bring us up to 45. 20, 30, 40, 45. All right, so that is it for my high priority funds. I feel really good having added money to all of those really important things. Doing it this way isn't necessarily as much fun as playing savings challenge games, but adding money here is the way I need to do it. So now we can play some fun games with my low priority funds. So, oh look, it's already getting pretty darn fat. Lots of high priority funds there. Okay, so we should have $100 left, and I'm gonna count it again just to make sure. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100. What did I do wrong? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. Did I have $400 in here to begin with? There's no way I only allocated 100, right? We added, let's use my calculator here. We added 10 to Austin, plus 20, plus 15, plus 30, plus 20, plus 10, plus 50, plus 10, plus 10, plus 25. You guys, I must have started out with 400. Where did that extra 100 come from? Be right back. You guys, I am so dumb. I had pulled out an extra $100 to make some change for myself, and I stuck it in my cash envelope instead of in my back to the bank folder, the change that I made. So, how I managed to count 300 instead of 400 on 3 separate occasions, 2 before I sat down to get started and once on camera, I have no idea. I need more coffee, apparently. So I pulled out the $100 here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. That's going back to the bank. That was my bad. I needed to downsize some of my funds. I did it off camera, but somehow an extra $100 snuck its way in here. I wish I had that kind of money to be able to devote, but sadly this money is already allocated elsewhere. So my bad, my mistake. We have $100 today going into my savings challenges. I use my savings challenges to help me fund my lower priority sinking funds. If you are interested in knowing what those funds are, I have them here, so I'll go ahead and go through them really quickly with you. They are celebrations, so things like birthdays, anniversaries, that sort of thing. Christmas. We use all of our credit card rewards that we build up throughout the year to fund Christmas. We have over $1,000 in credit card rewards right now waiting to be used for that. But I wanted to save a little bit of extra to go towards Christmas just cause. So that is getting saved here in the low priority funds. Clothing. If we need new clothes, it comes out of here. Aren't these challenge or trackers from Sav so beautiful? I love this Winnie the Pooh one. Hobbies. Anytime I spend money on a new book, a video game, or if my husband wants to spend money on one of his hobbies, hunting, that sort of thing, it comes out of here. Shopping. Look at, I really smeared that one. I'm gonna have to go in and fix this. Any kind of extraneous shopping comes out of here. And then I stuck my ding 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 envelope in here as well. Anytime I finish a savings challenge game, I add $1 to this fund. So those are the funds, and I use fun games. Oh my gosh. Knocking everything over, my apologies. I use fun games to help me set aside money for those low priority funds. Starting with the Make Your Picks challenge. I have been playing this fun NFL themed savings challenge every single week. It is from Kimmy's Budgets on Etsy. She is Bayesian Girl Budgets here on YouTube. Every single week I make my picks on who I think is going to win the football games. And usually I'm wrong, but I am having a lot of fun trying to guess who's gonna win and watching the games. Well, to be truthful, I haven't watched very many games. I started the savings challenge as a way to help me be encouraged to watch more football. It hasn't really done that. I haven't had as much time as I would have liked to devote to watching football games. The one that I had planned to watch, the Cowboys and the Steelers, ended up getting delayed, so I didn't get a chance to watch it. I went to bed instead. So I didn't really watch any games this week. That's okay though. I have the scores here from Google. Thank you, Google. And we are going to see how I did, if I answered correctly or incorrectly. This is week 5. So I've got week 5's results here. I'm gonna go through with a highlighter and just highlight who won each game, and then we'll count up, see how many I guessed right, how many I guessed wrong, and then we'll allocate the funds. For every game that I guessed right, we save $1, and for every one that I guessed wrong, we save $2. Okay? So the Falcons won. The Vikings won. The Bears won. Oh boy, we got a good streak going here. Let's see, the Dolphins won. There goes my streak. The Jaguars won. The Texans won. The Ravens won. The Broncos won. The Cardinals won. The Giants won. The Packers won. Cowboys won, and the Chiefs won. All right, I think that is everything. So we'll just go down the list now and I'll write whether I got it right or wrong. So I got this one right, right, right. Look at that, right. Right, right, wrong. Browns and Commanders. Did I miss that one? I did. The Commanders won. So I got that one right. Wrong, wrong, right, wrong, wrong, right. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Correct. Oh my gosh, I think that's the best I've ever done. And then that should mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wrong. Oh my gosh, you guys. What am I? Some kind of game predicting genius? No, I just got lucky, but I'll take it. So for the 9 I picked right, we're gonna save $9. For the 5 I picked wrong, we'll save 10 for a total of 19. So 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, $19. That's really good. I feel like I did really, really great. And every week when I do this challenge, I consider it complete. So to that end, I'm gonna bring in my little bell and we're gonna ring the bell, which means I completed another savings challenge, which is so exciting. So this is gonna get set aside till the end of the month. At the end of the month, I take all of my completed challenges and I use the money from them to stuff my sinking funds. Most of this money is gonna go into those low priority funds, although some of it may go into the high priority ones depending. Certain games I play with specific goals in mind. For example, every time that I play 654, I put that money to my clothing sinking fund. Others, like this one, I just set the money aside and put it into whichever fund I feel like needs a little bit of extra money. So I will set this money aside for that. I'm gonna grab $1 and get it put in that ding, ding, ding envelope. I told you guys about this challenge already. It is by Donna, powered by creativity. Every time I finish the savings challenge, I ring the bell and add $1, and that just helps me save money even more. So excited about that. Okay. All right, and here are my predictions for week 6. I just went in and made my selections, so you can just pause it and take a look. I didn't go through everything super thoroughly or anything. I just kind of made my picks, and we'll see how I do next week. That is my Make Your Picks challenge. Now, I told you guys I play fun savings challenge games to help me fund my low priority funds. However, there are a couple of savings challenges I already had in the works with the idea of putting that money towards some of my more high priority sinking funds. And I don't want to just quit doing those savings challenges. So I have a little card here from Mischief Managed Budgets. It is a little health savings challenge. All of the money I save in this challenge goes towards that medical sinking fund. So I'm gonna go ahead and scratch this guy now. Oh my gosh, $15. That's pretty low for this challenge. This challenge comes with a bunch of different little scratch off cards. Some of them have been pretty spicy. I think one week I scratched $40, which would have taken quite a hefty chunk of this $100 I have set aside for this. So I'm happy to see it's only 15 because that means we can spread the money around a little bit. All right, so $15, and I have my binder here that I use for this. Here is that medical fund, and I'm gonna add $10, $15 to it, okay? Exciting. All right, next up, let's grab out this little scratch off I'm currently using for celebrations because I have not touched this in a while. And I definitely want to add some money to celebrations at some point. So this is a little scratch off from Marlene over at Snow Gardener 307. It's a little birthday themed scratch off. When I completely finish this challenge, it will save $75. I'm just going to scratch off 1 or 2 today. If it is less, let's see, if it's $6 or less, I'll scratch 2. If it's over $6, I'll just scratch 1. All right, so we got $3. So we'll save 1, 2, 3. And we'll scratch another one. 7. So that's a total of 10. I'm actually going to stick this $3 back and grab a 10, and that will go towards this challenge. When this challenge is complete, like I said, it'll save $75. All right. So that money is going to go into celebrations. Okay. Christmas. It has been a while since we did a Christmas savings challenge. So let's go ahead and pull in my savings challenge book from Liz and Les for this. All right, it's been so long since I played this one that I had to locate it. I misplaced it, but I found it. This Countdown to Christmas Savings Challenge book is from Liz and Les. It's super, super cute. What I like to do is roll a 6-sided dice to figure out which page I'm going to work on. So we're going to work on page 4. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have Mrs. Claus's cookie baking contest. All right. I haven't played this one before, so I'm excited. It says, you've entered Mrs. Claus's cookie baking contest. Roll a die and save the amount listed on each space you land on, collecting savings as you go. Color the dot to save your last place. You'll hit some fun twists and turns that can either help or slow you down. Only the best maker will win the coveted prize for Best North Pole Cookie. Okay, so I do have a dice. We're going to start here. And we rolled a 1, so we're going to save $6. I'm just going to color that. Oh, that's not going to work. I might need a Sharpie for this. Yeah. Here we go. 6. And we'll save $6. And let's roll again. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it says sweet savings advance 2 spaces. So we are going to save $8 more. Do I mark this one off since I already landed on it? I feel like we should. And we'll just skip the ones we've already landed on when we count for the next time. So $8 more going here. 5, 6, 7, 8 for a total of 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let's go one more time. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll save 3 more. Hopefully these aren't going through this page. They are a little bit, but not too bad. So 3 more. 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I'm going to go ahead and take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put this back and grab that last 10. And that will do it for this Christmas challenge. There is still a lot of money to be saved in this book. I don't know that we're going to necessarily finish it before Christmas. Hopefully we will. I might have to start allocating more money to this so that we can finish it up in time for the holiday. For now, this money is going to go in here. Let's see how much we've saved so far for Christmas in this challenge. this savings challenge book so far has saved me 50, 60, 65, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, $75. Yahoo! That's amazing. All right, next up, I wonder if this will fit in here so I don't lose it again. Oh, not quite, but I can maybe tuck it in the back. I just don't want it to get lost. Okay, next up, I want to save some money towards shopping, but I don't currently have a savings challenge going for shopping. I finished the last one I was using, so I'm going to pull in a new challenge, and this is actually something I created for myself. I am toying with the idea of offering physical savings challenges for my channel members. I haven't actually decided this yet. I'm like afraid to pull the trigger on that for whatever reason, but I made up some samples of things that I was considering, and since I have them, I might as well use them, right? So I have this Save a Bushel savings challenge. It will save a total of $50. And how many are on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's start by scratching 2 and go from there. If they're super high, then we'll stop there. If they're super low, maybe we'll go one more time. But I am just going to choose at random. Do not remember the amounts that are under here. It was quite a while ago that I created this challenge. So we're just going to scratch. All right, so $8. I just want to get all of this off here. $8, 5, 6, 7, $8 towards shopping, and let's go ahead and scratch one more. We'll scratch this one over here for a total of 5. So there we go. That is my little Save a Bushel savings challenge. Let me know what you guys think, especially if you are a member at the Budget Bestie tier. Would you be interested in having a physical challenge mailed to you once a month? It's just something I'm considering. If I decide to go forward with that, obviously I will announce that, but this I made with that idea in mind. All right, so there we go. $5, $10, $11, $12, $13. What do I have left here? You know what? Let's scratch off one more. $1. All right, well, that's easy peasy. There we go. So that will be for my shopping, say, sinking fund. When I complete this, $50 will go towards shopping. All right, you know what, you guys? I have $15 in here for vacations. I cannot even remember what savings challenge game I was playing to help fund vacations. So I'm just going to go ahead and move this cash over to that vacation fund. And I'm going to go through here really quickly and see if I have any other money that I can go ahead and allocate right now to the fund. I have pet expenses here. Again, I don't know which savings challenge I was using for that, so I'm going to put that money there as well. Some of these, like I said, are games that I started playing to fund my high priority challenges, like this one for insurance is Double Dice. I'm going to continue playing this game until it's complete because I don't want to waste it, but some of these, like I said, I don't even remember what challenge I was doing for them, so we're just going to go ahead and allocate the money. Same with this home. At some point I was playing Shut the Box for that. I'm going to go ahead and transfer that as well. Same with emergency. Did not plan this ahead of time, by the way. Just decided this. So we're playing 654 for clothing. Christmas is Liz and Lass. Celebrations is that scratch off. This car challenge, I'm gonna go ahead and call this complete as well. This one's not like super fun or anything. It's a cute little challenge by the average budget, but you just go in and cross off an amount that you're gonna save. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this done and move this to my car fund as well. And then that is everything. So I'm gonna get this money moved over. We still have 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, $24 left. So we'll allocate that in a minute, but this binder is way too full of money that could instead go to my high priority funds. So let's do that really, really quickly. Have a little detour. So we have money from emergency. Oh my gosh, I really need to let my challenges dry a little better before I close them up because I've got wet erase marker everywhere. So this emergency fund here has $20, $40, $42. So yeah, I definitely want to go ahead and get this moved over. This is 10.9 plus 42, right? Yeah. So that should give me $142 in emergency. Sorry about this little detour, guys. I did not plan this ahead of time, but there's no sense in that money just sitting in that binder when it could instead go into these actual funds. So 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 41, 42. Cool beans. Okay. That's good news. I have home here. This has $20, $40, $45, $46. That'll bring this up to $86, which is amazing. So many of these funds have not been touched often enough, so getting this extra money in there. Like I said, I was waiting to finish savings challenges to move the money over, but then it was taking me so long to finish the challenges that the money was just never getting moved over. So I'm glad to have this money getting moved in here where it should be. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 86. All right, we have this car funds, and it had 40 in it. Okay. So we're gonna move over that 40, and that'll bring this up to 75, which feels so much better. That feels like a substantial amount. So 20, 40, 60, 75. Okay. We have vacations here that had 15. Not a lot, but every little bit helps. That'll bring this up to 60. $20, $30, $40, $50, $55, $60. All right, and then the last one that I have here is pet expenses. 20, 40, 60, 70, 71, 72, 73 more dollars going into pet expenses. That feels amazing. I did say 73, right? Yep, okay. And if we do 73 plus 60, should be 133 if my math is mathing. Let's count it and make sure. Oops. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 25, 30, 31, 32, 33. Hot damn, that feels good. Okay. All right, I'm glad that I did that. Took a little detour. Was not in the plan for today, but that feels so much better. Now I have a better feel for what I need to fund. I can get rid of some of these envelopes. So we've got games going for celebrations, Christmas. My binders just fell off the table. Whoopsie. Clothing. Let's get this extra folders out of here. We've got a game going for insurance, medical, shopping, subscriptions. All right, so yeah, that feels way better. Now I have a feel for what I need to be funding. And yeah, so we touched celebrations today. We touched Christmas. We can play 654. You know what? Let's play double dice for insurance because it's been a little while since we did this. We still have a ways to go with this challenge. So yeah, let's do this. All right, my friends, this video seems very chaotic and I do apologize for that, but we are gonna play double dice. This is a savings challenge game from Mischief Managed Budgets. With it comes a little dashboard with instructions. It says draw one of the 9 task cards, follow directions on the card, write the amount in the spaces provided, continue saving until all spaces are filled. So it comes with that. It comes with a little game board. It comes with the cards, and it comes with the dice, which are little mini dice inside of larger dice. So let's see. I'm gonna shuffle these up. We're gonna draw a card, and it says roll both dice and subtract the outside numbers. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll the dice, and we rolled a 5 and a 3. So if we subtract 3 from 5, we're gonna save $2. So we'll save 1, 2, and let's go ahead and go again because $2 isn't nearly enough. Okay, so I'm gonna shuffle these up again. We'll draw a card, and this says, okay, roll 1 dice and multiply both numbers. This one could get dicey. All right, we've got 6 and 1, so we're gonna multiply that and save $6 more. 5, 6. Let's go one more time. All right, roll only 1 and add both dice or both numbers together. All right, we got 5 and 2. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but that is indeed what we got going on. A 5 and a 2, so that is 7 more. And that seems substantial, so we'll stop there. 5, 6, 7. You know what, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I was using Marlene's Life of a Pig Who Wants to Save but Loves to Spend book for some of those challenges that I went ahead and moved over. Don't worry, I'm still going to use those savings challenge books, just use them for a different challenge in the future. Okay, so 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, $15 going into this challenge. I'm going to go ahead and put 5 ones back and grab a 5. That'll go back in here. Let's see how much we've saved total for this challenge. This money has been in here for quite a while, so I'm excited to make some moves and get this savings challenge game finished up so this money can go into my insurance fund. 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74. Okay? Cool beans. Get that put back in here. All right, and now let's see what challenges we have not touched here. So we did celebrations, we did Christmas. We'll probably save a round of, or play a round of 654. Did all of these. Oh, let's do this. This is for subscriptions. It is from Liz and Les, and it is Totally My Jam. Such a super cute little savings challenge. We don't have very much of this left. So we are going to save a toast for $5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have $1, 2, 3, $4 left. So I'm gonna go ahead and save this. This looks like maybe some peanut butter to me. So we'll go ahead and add that to our toast. There we go. And that means we just have 1 toast and 1 jam left, plus this little logo, this Totally My Jam. So hopefully we can wrap this up next week, but we will add this cash here to this fund, and let's see how much we've saved so far with this adorable Totally My Jam challenge here. 20, 40, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, $69. Amazing. All right, you guys, so that is it. I used up all of my cash, except the extra $100 I tried to stick in there by mistake. Really glad I caught that, because I would have had $100 less in the bank, and I would have been very, very confused on how that happened. So thankfully, I finally paid attention and saw my error there. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know it got kind of chaotic there. We did some unplanned things, but I feel really good about it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I am posting new videos every single day in the month of October, so definitely subscribe, stick around. If you made it all the way to the end, leave me a dice emoji, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!